post 2 times a week. On Monday and Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I recommend using headphones if you would like to hear the gentle mic brushing. Alright, now let's get to tonight's case. This is a solved case, was very recently solved, but we still are left with quite a lot of questions for a change. So, this case took place in Arizona. Shout out to all my friends in Arizona. This is the case of Alicia Navarro. Alright, let's get some background on Alicia. She was born on September 20th, 2004, and she was raised in Glendale, Arizona, which is a suburb of Phoenix. She was raised by her mother, Jessica Nunez, and her stepfather, and she has 3 siblings. At 12 years old, Alicia was diagnosed with high-functioning autism. She was prescribed some medications to ease some of the symptoms. She had sensory issues and she needed to follow a routine or else she would become very overwhelmed. She preferred to wear long-sleeve sweatshirts regardless of the weather. There were certain foods that she would eat every day, like chicken nuggets, for example. And she always wanted to listen to the same sorts of music. She relied very heavily on her mother for support, and they had what seemed to be a very close relationship. Alicia was a sweet girl who loved her family, and she described herself as an introvert. She had a few friends growing up, but she really didn't enjoy real-life socialization. It made her anxious. So she found herself spending a lot of time online, playing video games, and participating in online communities. Her most favorite game was Minecraft, and she was in some communities related to game playing on Discord. At one point, her mother, Jessica, realized that Alicia had given out personal information to strangers, basically, in these online communities. So she had a talk with her daughter explaining the dangers of doing such a thing. And there was one time when her mom actually reported something to the police after she caught Alicia texting with someone who seemed to be an older person, and the content of the conversation was considered to be mature. Now, Alicia switched schools around a little bit, and she spent some time doing Alicia came downstairs for a glass of water and was surprised to see her mother. And she said, "What are you doing? Still awake? And when are you going to bed?" And then she went back to her room with her glass of water, and it really wasn't overly meaningful at the time. But the next morning, still September 15th, now it is 7 a.m., Jessica went downstairs and she noticed that the back door was wide open. And when she looked into the backyard, she saw 2 chairs up against the house. And she knew something was wrong. She didn't know what, but something was not right here. They didn't leave the back door wide open like that. So she raced up to Alicia's room, and sadly, her daughter was not there. But she had left a handwritten note, which said, quote, "I ran away. I will be back. I swear. I'm sorry. Signed, Alicia." So her mom called the police, of course, the Glendale police. And they issued what's called a silver alert, which is normally used when the elderly are missing, but they also use it in the case of a person who is vulnerable, such as Alicia, due to her autism. So the police investigated. They took a look at the room and the surroundings. It was found that she had taken her laptop, her cell phone, body spray, cosmetics, and a comic book. But she didn't take her chargers, which they felt was meaningful. I don't know personally. But they felt that if she did not take her chargers, then she planned on coming back. So they also found shoe prints outside the house that matched Alicia's shoes, or her feet size, I should say. And the prints led to the street and then ended, but there weren't any prints from anyone else, which suggests that she was picked up by a car and left of her own free will. As the police looked into the case further, they found out that she had gone to a mall with some older friends, but these were friends that she knew since kindergarten. And her mom was aware. Her mom took her to the mall, dropped her off, and picked her back up 2 hours later. So the police spoke with these friends, and the friends said that she had an additional cell phone, like a cell phone that wasn't the one her mother got her. And she was talking into the cell phone to someone the whole time they were at the mall, but these friends didn't know who it was. And then the investigators spoke to somebody who Alicia had spoken to on Discord right after she got home from the mall. And his name was Clark. He was 20 years old. She had met him on a Minecraft Discord chat page. was well aware of her age, that she was only 14. And he only knew her in a platonic way. And he said that everyone in the Minecraft community there was well aware of her age, and nobody seemed to be acting inappropriately as far as he was aware. A friend reported having seen Alicia 4 days after she went missing. So on September 19th, Alicia was spotted at a local park. It was called La Bradera Park. It was 1.5 miles from her house. And this was a park that had a lot of homeless people kind of living there, let's just say. Alicia's mom, Jessica, went to the park to talk to the people there herself. And a number of them said they had seen her, just like the friend had seen her at the park. And they said that she was talking with a, quote, African American man with tattoos on his hands, neck, and face. But at the time, the investigators could not locate such a person. But months later, someone matching that description was arrested as part of a sting operation that was targeting child sex criminals. But he had no information on Alicia. And it was believed that Alicia had been lured from her house. She had been probably groomed by someone that she had met online. According to her mother, it was very unlikely that Alicia would have felt comfortable leaving home without her mother had she not been manipulated. There was a massive search over the years for Alicia. Her mom partnered with private investigators. She put up billboards, she went on TV shows, she went on social media. She never, ever gave up. And then, out of nowhere, on July 23rd, 2023, about 4 years later, Alicia, who was 18 at the time, she is now 19 by the way. She was 18, she walked into a Montana police department. It was 40 miles from the Canadian border and 1,000 miles from her home in Arizona. And she identified herself as the missing girl, Alicia Navarro. And she asked the authorities to remove her name from the missing persons list. She said she's an adult and she wants to get a driver's license. So she needs her name off the list. Okay. So these police in Montana immediately contacted the police in that she had put her mother through for all these years. Jessica and Alicia had a short FaceTime conversation, but they have not seen each other in person at this point. Jessica went on her Facebook page, the page which she had titled Finding Alicia, and she wrote, quote, "For everyone who has missing loved ones, I want you to use this case as an example. Miracles do exist. Never lose hope." She addressed her daughter directly and wrote, "Alicia, I know you will fulfill what you promised. You will be back." End quote. I believe she is referencing the note that Alicia had left on the day that she disappeared. Now, it turns out that at the time that Alicia went to the police department in Montana, she was staying at an apartment in, I don't know how to pronounce this, H-A-R-V-E, Montana, with a man named Eddie Davis. He was 36 years old, and he used to work the night shift at Walmart, but was recently let go. We do not know why. And they had lived in that apartment for about a year. A neighbor says that he remembers seeing the couple holding hands one time. He hadn't noticed anything out of the ordinary, no fighting or anything like that. Neighbors of Eddie Davis described how the FBI showed up that day on July 23rd and surrounded the building, and then they went into the apartment with armed officers, and Alicia came out looking very distressed and appearing very, very young for her age. The apartment was searched, and Eddie Davis was brought to the station and questioned, but no arrests were made. And since she was 18 at the time, they couldn't do a thing. They had no evidence that any crimes had taken place at all, even though they had no idea where she had been for all those years and how she had gotten there. The police are continuing to investigate the case. They confirmed that Alicia was unharmed and didn't require any medical attention when she came to the police station that day. Now, in August of 2023, Alicia and Eddie Davis moved out of that apartment. They were helped to move their belongings by Davis's family, and they drove off in several cars, but we don't know where they went. And no one is saying that he is the person who was involved with her initial disappearance. And since Alicia is an adult, it's her decision where she wants to go, where she wants to stay, who she wants to be with, and if she wants to come back to Arizona, that's up to her as well. Her mother, Jessica, made a short video to address the public, and she titled it, "Let's focus on the fact that my daughter is alive. situation and I'm begging you to move on, end quote. So she is saying, let the authorities do their job now. She's asking, like, internet sleuths to stop trying to dig into it. And that's the case. So what are your thoughts? I will tell you some of mine. Of course, I am extremely relieved that Alicia has been found unharmed, basically. From what we can see, she is healthy physically. And that must be such an unbelievable relief to her family. Can you even imagine that for 4 years, her mother, and I'm sure the rest of the family, they were worried out of their minds where she was, if she was alive, was she okay? And then she turns up, and even though she's not really coming back at this time, still, it's early on. And I think that with time, I feel she will reunite with her mother. I really think so. I mean, this just happened in late July, so let's give it a little time. But there are so many questions, of course. Like, who was responsible for manipulating her and grooming her to begin with? Was it this guy Eddie? Just because he lives in Montana does not mean that it couldn't have been him. Although I guess the police must have looked into his online, existence to see that it wasn't him. I don't know though, they're not telling us everything. So as far as I know, it could have been him, but it doesn't have to have been him. She could have left with one person and then, moved on, found somebody else. Who knows? We don't know what she's been through. And even though it's said she left on her own free will, that's not really true. She was 14. She had autism, although it was high functioning. She had a lot of anxiety. She was taking medications, which, don't forget, she didn't bring those medications with her. So she is probably not medicated anymore. So the fact